Hello everyone and welcome back to Bravo Leader 80 YouTube channel. I just wanted to start our session today with an unboxing of something that I just received today. In the mail. I'm talking about what is mentioned in the title of the stream, which means the Spelljammer. Adventures in Space, let's say expansion. Let's call it expansion for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. After that, we will then move into Divinity. So let me see if what is that I can do. Probably this. Yes, this. Okay, so. Everything comes in this very handy folder, you know, compared to how you usually get the stuff on from Dungeons and Dragons. Is you usually get one book. Okay, for this expansion, you get quite a lot of things actually. When you move the folder, then you have 4 items in total. So this one is a very nice Dungeon Master. If I like this, no, it was working. So basically, it's a Dungeon Master screen, and there is actually a map of the astral plane, the way the spaceships are working with the air and gravity. Information about the new status, which is suffocating, and the weightlessness phase. Why there is a weightlessness? Listen to here. Impede melee. When making a melee attack with a weapon, a creature that doesn't have a flying or swimming speed, either naturally or provided by magic. Oh, Asmus! Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the sub. Really appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, which means that how far we? I mean, we are still far, but 22. 22 out of 70. We are getting there. Thank you again, Vesmu. Thanks a lot. 13 months in a row. Yeah, that's some serious dedication here. Thank you very much. So where were we? So impede melee. So yeah, if you don't have either flying or swimming speed, you have a disadvantage on the attack roll unless the weapon deals piercing damage. Okay, interesting. And then movement. A creature can use an action to push off something heavier than itself and move up to its walking, flying or swimming speed in a straight line. The creature continues along this course, moving in a straight line at its speed on each of its turns until something stops it or changes trajectory. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. Oh, you're welcome. Then what we have? Astral encounters, and then there are some like roles for the astral encounters. Attitude of creatures. Then what's in the other 2? Ship encounters, ship to ship starting distance, crashing, ship or tasks, ship quirks, ship cargo, expensive cargo. And then in terms of the artwork, it's a pretty nice one with a huge space whale. There is also the Dungeons and Dragons logo in the corner there. All these, big. And there is another, like a wasp-ish creature. It's a lighthouse in there. Other things that are flying. So yeah, very very nice. And then there are 3 books. 3 books called. See if we can see them. Yes. Astral, Adventurer's Guide, Boo's Astral Menagerie, and Light of Zar. Is this? Lights of Zari. Back to this. So this one is basically the player's handbook. Yeah, let's say player handbook and the Dungeon Master's Guide together in one. Oh, it's mainly because the additions to the players are very very small, and the additions to the master information are there's not that much. Well, and there are 3 chapters. One are the player's information. Chapter 2 is the dungeon master information. Chapter 3 is the description of let's say a hub that can be used for adventures. Now, something that I want to mention here is the weight of these pages. They are really the weight is pretty, yeah, they are very heavy pages, and I really like the style that they used for the font. Well, like it. So as you can see here, it says Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3, you see? Chapter 1 contains new material for players, including 2 backgrounds and 6 race options. Chapter 2 gives players and dungeon masters rules for spelljamming, as well as statistics and illustrations for various spelljamming vessels. The chapter also includes a few spells and magic items that are popular among Astral voyagers. Chapter 3 describes the Rock of Bral, a city built on an asteroid which you can use as a port of call or a campaign hub. You can situate it anywhere in wild space or astral sea. So very interesting, this part. There are some adventure seeds here that you can use. That is illustration. An illustration with the 4 out of 5 of the new races that I've added here. Don't see the obviously. So we have the 2 new backgrounds for the chapter 1 character options. We have the Astral Drifter. Very nice. This is a creature that says, for longer than you can remember, you have traversed the astral sea. There you experience firsthand the wonders of the silver void. You stopped aging and no longer felt hunger or thirst. Driven by wanderlust, you drifted from one part of the astral sea to another, like a mote of dust on the wind. You have lost count of the decades that have passed since you arrived here. In your travels, you have camped on the petrified hulks of dead gods and narrowly escaped the psychic winds that sweep across the astral sea, while also avoiding prolonged contact with the plane's most dangerous denizens. So really interesting, this Astral Drift. I mean, you have then your statistics, etc. Then you have the Wild Spacer. So you were raised in the void of wild space, home to asteroid miners, moon farmers, and other hardy folk. Perhaps you grew up in a far-flung settlement such as the Rock of Bral, where you spent your early years on the crew of a spelljamming ship, performing helpful chores such as swabbing the deck, loading and offloading cargo, and scraping barnacles off the hull. Whatever your history, life in wild space has toughened you so well that you are as brave as miniature giant space hamster when it comes to facing the terrors and other challenges of the airless night. Interesting, this wild spacer as well, proficiencies, etc., etc. And then you have the 5 new races for that are introduced in this book. So we have the Astral Elves. So very nice. Also the the illustrations, really nice illustration. We have the Autonome. So I mean, the Astral Elves are like the Shadar-kai, like the Eladrin. More or less, it's the same kind of stats and features. Then we have the Autonomes, which are basically, as you can see from the illustration, some sort of mechanical creatures. In fact, I think in terms of creature type, yeah, you are a construct. It says. Then we have the gifts, which is a creature of basically humanoid hippos. Then we have the Hadozi, which are like anthropomorphic monkeys with these appendix here, which can be used as a kind of wings. Then the last two are the plasmoid. Here, I mean, you are a ooze, it says. You can shape shift, so change your shape so that you can get, you can wear like armors and such, or you can fight in the ooze form. You know, like not sure if you've watched the Orville. It's like a Yafit. And the last one is a 3-green. It's a race of insectoids. Really nice, this one. In terms of creature type, it says you are a monstrosity, which is a bit insulting, you know. Really nice of this race. You can change color, as you can basically, yeah, you have a chameleon carapace. While you aren't wearing armor, your carapace gives you a base armor class of 13 plus dexterity, which is fair enough. I mean, yeah, not bad. As an action, you can change the color of your carapace to match the color of and texture of your surroundings, giving you advantage on dexterity stealth checks made to hide in those surroundings. Really nice. Really, really nice. Then in the chapter 2 we have the Dungeon Master and character information about, you know, the spell jamming. So there are multiple pages that are mentioned, that are about this. Yeah, we have here the explanation of the astral plane. Very nice. Then we have a couple of spells, couple of magic items. The ships. Then there is a list of ships. Really nice. We have the Bombard. Look at the also the illustrations. I really like them. We have also the plan of all the decks. Really nice. We have the Damselfly ship. We have the Flying Fish ship. Hammerhead. Wow, big one. I think it's like a, yeah, I mean a hammerhead. The Lamprey, battle deck, below deck, nice. Living ship. Druids, rangers, and clerics devoted to gods of nature are often found aboard living ships. Very nice. Then we have the Nautiloid, built and used by mind flayers. Nautiloids are designed exclusively for space travel. They can't float on water, nor they can land safely on the ground. Interesting. Night Spider. Nyogi terrorize wild space in ships of their own construction. Others call Night Spiders. Vessels often wait in ambush for other ships. Once a target ship is identified, the Nyogi try to steal its spell jamming helm and capture its crew. Scorpion ships are archaic metal warships that have never lost their popularity, largely because of their versatility. This looks like in one of the last series of the Transformers, you know, the original Transformers, the Headmasters series. You have, you know, the Fortress Maximus on one side, and the Decepticon have this scorpion-like ship. That reminds me of that. Strike ship. This swift vessel is a relatively recent design, quickly gaining popularity with merchants and pirates. Space Galleon is a mainstay among the host of vessels that ply wild space and the Astrals. It's like a pirate ship, basically. Squid ship. Among the oldest type of spelljamming vessels, squid ships are popular with privateers and are often used as patrol ships. Ah, okay. Star Moth. Star Moths are ships constructed and flown by Astral elves who don't like it when these ships end up in the hands of others. I really like this one. Turtle ship is encased in a protective metal shell as befits its name and bristles with weapons. In addition to its roomy quarters, it can carry a decent sized payload, making it popular among traders and others who need a lot of cargo space. Deck, cargo hold, top deck, with a gravity plane, nice. Tyrant ship. Beholders carve tyrant ship out of stone using their disintegration rays. These ships wander the astral plane. Oh yeah, I mean, and they are they look like a. Ehi, ciao Glitch, come va? Buonasera. Stavamo dando un'occhiatina. Stiamo dando un'occhiatina al manuale di Spelljammer questa sera che mi è arrivato oggi, la versione inglese ovviamente. E questo è stiamo vedendo l'Astral Adventure Guide, quindi praticamente il manuale del giocatore e quello del master per capirci, insomma, ecco. Dicevamo, Tyrant Ship, not bad, really look nice. Says that holders have used these, and you can see that there is the same design of a beholder layer here, like the same structure. Molto interessante, molto. Wasp ship. Wasp ships are lightweight wooden vessels capable of landing safely on the ground, but not on water. They appeal to adventurers because they are affordable and don't require a large crew. Yeah, in fact, they don't have this. They are not that big. And then at the end we have the chapter 3. Sì, gioco appena finito qui, io non ci metto moltissimo. Inizio, cioè faccio la switch su Divinity. Chapter 3 is the Rock of Bral. We can see here. No, this is the Rock of Bral. Il tottero di Dune. Io purtroppo sono veramente molto ignorante Dune-wise. Però magari c'è Matteo qua. C'è Matteo? Matteo, ci sei? Se ci sei, batti un colpo. Che te ne pare? Ti sembra il tottero di Dune questa Wasp Ship? Tu che sei molto appassionato di Dune? Facci sapere, Chapter 3, Rock of Bral. That's the rock we can see here. There is only one rule on the Rock of Bral. Leave your vendettas at the docks. Seems like a safe haven, this Rock of Bral. So, I mean, there are information about the rock, like lore information, who's who, information about the places. Look at this illustration as well, I mean. Ma voglia! Certo, ma avete già giocato, avete già iniziato il 2? Low City, Stradella. E poi at the you know, at the end of the book there is, I believe, what it seems to be wow. Okay. This is big, guys. It's the map of Bral. Look at this. Lake Bral, docks, Happy Beholder, area of fun, library of spheres. I mean, it's beautiful. And what is at the back? Oh, the underside. The underside of the rock. I mean, guys, this is really nice. Really, really nice. Now we need to find a way to put this back where it was without doing... Cool! So this is the book number 1, which is the Adventurer's Guide. Amazing. And the second book that we are going to have a look at, like a quick scheme on this one, because you know it's the Boo's Astral Menagerie, which holds. Let's see if there is another map. No, basically it's the bestiary. Okay, so it's all the. I'm not sure why the first creature is like a Boo, space hamster. Yeah, the gifts are really look cool, right? We can go back to the characters after this. So I mean, we have all the, you know, it's a bestiary. Okay. Oh wow, these are really nice. Artux, Astral elves. I mean, the pages are really heavy. Okay. Oh wow, how this the honor guard. This is beautiful as well. Astral elf. Ooh, look at the warrior as well. This helmet is. I mean, I know, elves, very abused, but I really love elves. I mean, in this game, elves are amazing, and the Astral elf, I think, is one of my definitely. I mean, my favorite one was. Ma come no? Assolutamente. So you have yeah, multiple. Oh wow, gauge. Oh, gifts. Shipmate, shock trooper, warlord. Ah, nice. Oh, the Gidyanki. We can. Gidyanki is a playable race. It's in the Mordekainen monsters of the multiverse. So you can use this race as well for your character. The Hadozis, nice. Sorry, lunar dragons. Guys, look at this. Dragons or face dragons are capricious, xenophobic creatures that make their lairs inside desolate moons by burrowing through the rock. Oh, bellissimo. Neutral evil. Gargantuan dragon, ancient lunar dragon. And then yeah, there are all the adult, young, wormling. Then there is a megapede, mercane, Italgu, the kind of spider, murder comet. Oh, Nyogi. Those are then the creatures that were mentioned in the book, in one of the sheep. Nyogi looks like an outside spider with an eel's neck and head. Mamma mia. Yeah, the plasmoids, Surlons, Rhaegar are androgynous folk who evolved into a humanoid shape from a species of cephalopod to octopi. Oh. Brown scabbard. Ooh, solar dragons. I mean, guys, look at this. Typically neutral, solar dragon, also known as a radiant dragon or sun dragon, is born in the heart of a star. It divides its time outside its lair between patrolling its territory and hunting for food. The dragon has a serpentine body, a pair of ventral limbs, ending in long fins, sorry. Nebulous wings that give off light and gleaming multicolor scales. It can see clearly even in blindingly bright light. Wow. Solar and lunar then. Adult, young, wormling, space clown, space eel, space eagle, space hamsters, space swine. Ooh, starlight apparition. Super good. And then the three kin, the last race that was in the book. Vampirate and Zodar. Medium aberration. I don't. Challenge. So what's the challenge of a dragon? Now I'm curious. Challenge 20. I mean, that's a lot. So very nice. The Boo's Astral Menagerie. So apparently this is Boo. Is hamster. And the last of the books is the Light of Zarisis. And basically it's an adventure. It's an adventure which I don't want to spoil. So yeah, there are 4 parts. I don't remember. Let's see. Just general information. Does it say which levels is cover? The adventure has 4 parts, each divided into 3 chapters. Each chapter is assigned to be run as a single-play experience. The experience lasts in 2 to 3 hours, which is the expectation that the group should be able to complete the adventure in 12 sessions of play. Okay. Each chapter begins with an overview that gives you a sense of what is ahead of the heroes and recaps what has happened so far. Interesting. There's no telling how a session will unfold since the players have some control over the plot, but the text tries to give you enough information to run the various creatures and encounters. If the character does something unexpected, improvise as best as you can, while gently steering them towards their main goal. I don't like this. Each chapter ends with a cliffhanger to set the stage for the next session, assuming things go as planned. The 4 parts of the adventure here are as follows. Interesting, but it does not say levels. No, it does not say running the adventure. Oh! The adventure assumes that the character starts at 5th level, level 5. If your players have characters of lower level, they will need to go on some other adventures first to gain enough experience to advance to 5th level. Both Dungeons & Dragons Starter Set and Dungeons & Dragons Essential Kit contain adventures that will take character from 1st level to 5th level. Alternatively, you can simply ask your player to create a new 5th level character and describe it in the next session. Okay, so it goes up to level 8. So level 5 to level 8. Interesting, very interesting. So, okay, yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so I can keep providing you with more content. Play safe, have fun, and as I usually say, Prowl Leader out. See you next video.